For credit costs and terms.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the beginning of a new way of living. It's Younger Life.
And welcome to another great edition of Younger Life. Hi, I'm Rick Federici.
And I'm Mary Anthony.
All right, so
Good day today.
I am so stoked. By the way, I am so telling you the colors you have on, the earrings you have on, your eyes are glistening, and you look absolutely energized. Come on, come on, look at her. She's on camera.
Yes, please.
Does it smell heavenly in here today, or what?
It does.
Oh my gosh, it is a great day to be alive. Sanders didn't think I was going to be able to get your picture, just so you know.
I know, that's always so funny.
We had 21 seconds before cue, and you were even freaking out.
I wasn't going to say it. I was like, push the button inside.
Come on, we got to go on.
That's okay. This is how we do things. Yeah, I knew he'd nail it. He's good at it. He'll get it.
Guys, I've only been doing it for about 3 decades.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
How could that be if Rick Federici's only 30? I'm 49. Get off my back. Get off my back. Thank you for joining us on Younger Life Live. Rick Federici, Mary Anthony, brought to you today by LaPorte Hospital. And I'm really excited about this particular show. I love all the shows we do.
Thrilled.
But thank you for setting this up, because to me, I think we're going to be educated to the max. Our guest in studio is just a breath of fresh air, and she's energized, man.
I know it.
She's like us.
I love it.
Yes.
I love her already. I think it's fantastic. I have to shout out to Christy. She's the one that gave me your contact info. So we had Christy on from the LaPorte County Public Library.
Christy Chatterton.
We were talking to her one day just to chat, and she mentioned oils, and I was like, "Ooh, I have been reading about it a little," and she said, "Oh, I have a girl." So.
Wait, hold on. You got to give a little Sanders, Ricky flair. Go for it.
Well,
she's what?
She said, "I have a girl."
No, I've got a girl.
There you go. Yeah. And so I said, "Oh, can I get her information? We'd love to do a show on that." So. Bravo, Christy, for helping us getting it all together. And so we've been so excited that you're going to be here. I kept teasing Brandy that I have been thrilled. Fingers crossed that she has an oil I can bathe myself thin in. And wouldn't that be fun?
My wife found out about this program by listening to us. She's obviously at work, and you guys could scope us out on YouTube, the visual side of it, which you should, because Brandy's got some cool stuff she wants to bring out to the forefront. You could listen to it on our radio partner, WIMS. We stream around the world as well. But Norma kind of said the same thing. Ricky, I'm expecting you to listen, get educated, and then take care of me.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
So let's introduce our guest.
Please do. So we have Brandy Lee with us today.
Yes.
And you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, Brandy, and about your business?
Sure. I feel like I'm kind of a little bit of a jack of all trades. I am a mother to a 9-year-old and 6-year-old boy. And I run a full-time photography business.
Oh, how cool.
So that is actually what I spend my evenings and weekends doing. And but I also like to call myself a wellness advocate, and I know that may sound a little bit hokey, but really the word advocate, I feel very passionately about it. I advocate for people to be healthy and to be in charge of their own lives and their own health. And that can, I can be a wellness advocate just talking to someone at the grocery store.
Absolutely.
Or to my friend who's complaining about, something that she's dealing with. So there's all kinds of ways to advocate for wellness. And I think that I kind of do that wherever I am and whatever I happen to be doing. It's just something I feel very passionately about, and so I talk about it everywhere I go.
It's a part of her
I love
life.
that. It's a part of her. I think that's great
awesome.
too. It's a piece of you that you're sharing.
Definitely.
I think that's fantastic. So,
Yeah.
So tell us what you brought today.
Okay, so and probably people can't see it, but I brought a huge basket. I brought a huge purse. Like everywhere I go, I'm carrying
Hold on. Now, all she had to do is say, you probably can't see it, but since there are 5 cameras in here, you stay right where you're at.
You can't see it.
Sanders, leave the wide shut, if you don't mind. This is the bag. Cameras, can you see me?
I'm moving in. I'm spending the night.
This giant bag.
It's fantastic.
Okay, so now I'm going back to my spot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sanders in my ear. Get back to your spot, Federici. Okay, there you go.
So a lot of that, mostly all I'm carrying are oils and books, which I think kind of like speaks to just who I am, that I'm using oils and I'm reading about oils and I'm reading about things, and I have things that I can share with people, and also I'm just using them in my daily life. I'm using them on my kids, I'm using them on myself. It's kind of like, the first aid kit.
Right.
You never know what might come up, and
Yeah.
I have an oil for you.
Yes.
I think it's so cool. Do you know, honestly, I was reading an article recently that, they had said, essential oils have gone kind of from hippie to hip. And I'm curious, I think that's so true. And it's a
So
big
true.
thing right now. I mean, clearly not just right now, but it's kind of come back up.
Absolutely.
And I'm curious to know how you were introduced to oils, kind of what brought you to oils, and, kind of share with us that experience,
Okay.
how you came to even get to know anything about oils.
Right.
What led you to that?
I think hippie to hip is so true, because I think when I started with essential oils, which is around 6 years ago, and I would tell people about them, like or I would apply them and they would smell them and they're like, what are you doing? I'm rubbing oils. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And I would talk about making my own laundry detergent or making my own deodorant. Very weird looks.
Yeah.
I would get very weird
Wow,
looks.
and I didn't even realize that. So just for a moment, so for real, your own deodorant, and for real, your own laundry?
Oh, for real.
Wow.
For real. But it's not, and so still there's a little bit of
Yes.
and not even disbelief, but just kind of like, wow, like kind of piques
Shock.
the interest a little bit. Wow, I don't do that myself.
Exactly. That's me.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
But even more so 5-6 years ago, it was very, very strange. And so now I feel like people are more receptive to, a like natural, and I know the word natural is thrown around a lot, but a natural lifestyle. They're open to alternatives. They're open to trying something different.
Yeah, and I think it's more a rage. It's not even just open to. I think that the more we learn, the more that we can be as natural based as possible, the better for us and our environment and our children. And,
Absolutely.
So I think there's a reason it's come,
Full circle. People
really.
people are moving back to a simpler life. People are gardening. They're making their own foods. They're growing their own foods. And I think they want simple, and they want alternatives, and they don't necessarily want to mask health symptoms.
Yeah.
They want to kind of like get to the root, the cause of things, instead of like putting a Band-Aid on it.
Yes.
Or taking a prescription because there's a side effect for
There
another
is.
prescription they're taking. And so the next thing you know, you've got 6 bottles of
Yeah.
pills lined up, all because you had one problem, but you need 5 more prescriptions for the side effects from the one prescription.
Agreed. Yes, it's so true.
So I do think it's very hip. I think that because more people are open to the idea, then there are companies who are marketing to that. It's a niche. But I think that the problem with that is now there are a lot of companies out there. There's a lot of essential oils out there.
Yeah.
And, how do you choose? What do you do? Is it safe? So there's all of these questions and concerns. And so that's something that I just really, because I have been using them for so long, I love to talk to people about, because I feel like I have experience. I have some knowledge just from my own research, from using them daily. So I think that it's I think that the education part of it, though, is really, really important. Because it is so widespread. There are a lot of newer companies who have kind of
jumped on the bandwagon.
Yes, and it's literally, and maybe they were making candles before, and now they're making essential oils, and it's a little like, it's not, it's about health and wellness. It's not. So why would a candle company swap out? It's interesting. So I think that there can be a negative repercussion of the fact that it is kind of trendy now. But for me, it's really a positive thing because I have more people to talk to. I have people not necessarily looking at me weird. People who are open, people are open to it, and they want that help. They want a better life for themselves.
Right. And I think that they're interested to talk about it just like I am, because I feel as though there are a lot of companies, there are a lot of oils, there's a lot of information, but it can also become a little overwhelming and a little confusing. It's, it really is amazing to consider how widespread oils have been used, throughout history forever.
Yes,
all
you
over
go back
the
centuries.
World. Well, all over the world and all over cultures, which I find the most interesting is, from ancient Egypt to Chinese medicines, all over the world, many different cultures have used essential oils. So we know that it's valid.
Yes.
It's just trying to learn the information to find out what really works, why it works, and kind of the science behind it. And unless you're speaking to somebody that is knowledgeable about it, like you, Brandy, we aren't going to be able to just figure it out.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I want to throw this out there too. There's a lot of us, and I know here on Younger Life Live, brought to you by the LaPorte Hospital, we are all about finding out new ways. I know for me personally, as I move through chapters, my daughters are 18 and 22. This is great stuff because even in their group, oils come up all the time. I want to be educated about it, and I want an alternative. Me,
right?
Yes.
The men.
Yes.
Want alternatives.
Absolutely.
And you want to know what? It's great because you should be the poster lady for this. Because
I think it's great.
You've got the passion and the energy, and this is why we were super excited. And Mary and I were chatting about it. I'm like, Mary, this is going to be awesome because we have been introduced to these oils through the last several years, but now I want to know all about them and how we can put them together.
I do too.
And what can we do with them?
Right.
Yes.
I'd like to start with the very basic question for someone that may have heard the term but doesn't really know. What is an essential oil?
Right. And I think it's a great question because I think you've heard about them and it's like, okay, it's an oil. Like, what is it? So I always tell people that it's the lifeblood of a plant. If you think about an aloe vera leaf, if you've ever popped one open and like the goo has come out, that's what I want you to like think of when you think of an essential oil. So basically what the blood in our bodies is able to do for our bodies, which is heal, regulate, oxygenate, the liquid that is inside of a plant does that for the plant. So essential oils are distilled from bark, leaves, roots, blossoms, all the parts of the plant. And that's why I think that it's not anything scary or new. I mean, plants have been around
forever,
since the beginning of the planet.
Certainly.
And obviously the very first people did not have medicine. Like we didn't have, bottles of pills. They had plants. That's what they used. And so it's simple. It's basic. It's healthy. It's not scary. And essential oil is actually divided into 3 parts. It's the oleo, resin, and the gum. So oleo comes from the Latin word oleum. Okay. Which just means oil. So that's kind of where we get the term essential oil. Okay. So, and the oleo is the volatile part of the oil. So volatile just means the ability to jump. So that's how it's able to get into our bodies, is that they're volatile. So the things that the oils can do for the plants, we want them inside our bodies to do those things for our bodies, to heal and oxygenate and regulate. So they are made up of it's something crazy. It's like 40 trillion parts inside of 1 drop of an essential oil. Wow. So it's able to be volatile, to jump into our bodies. And that's why we're able to smell them. So I give the example, my son dropped a bottle of oil. They come in glass bottles, dark bottles, to keep the light out. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
He dropped it. We have dropped bottles a million times and nothing has ever happened. But I mean, it's just, you're bound to have things happen. He dropped it. I saw a little crack. I thought nothing of it. I set it on my dresser in my bedroom. I was like, I'll deal with that later. I actually came back the next day and I opened the door to my bedroom and I was like, man, it smells good in here. The oil had actually leaked and it was like permeated the entire room, but that's the volatility of it is that it's jumping into the air. We're able to smell it. Wow. So that's how it's getting into our bodies. If that kind of makes sense.
It does. And this is the question I want to ask. Let's just say from the standpoint of, so these oils can be applied as a basic question on what? Arms, hands, face. Is it on your body?
Yes, let's do it. There's 3 ways that you can get an oil into your system. This is my purse bag.
You are so totally on camera. Watch YouTube, you guys. This is great. We've got your whole setup, your great picture. This is a great shot. Thank you, Sanders.
This is real life. This is like what you got. Let's open the bag.
Yeah.
And take care of some stuff.
I love it.
You know?
I love watching somebody else dig through their stuff because I carry stuff everywhere.
Today?
So we're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna apply some stuff. I'm trying to decide what we're gonna put on. Okay, so they can be you're going to get them in your system 3 ways, topically, okay? So you can apply them to your skin.
Okay.
Our skin is the largest organ in our body.
Right.
Okay.
The pores on the bottoms of our feet are the largest pores in our entire body.
Okay.
So that's an easy place to apply oils because it's going to absorb real quickly. All right. It's also not going to interfere with your daily life. Like you put them on the bottom of your feet, you put your shoes on and you go. So my kids and I, this is part of our morning routine. We put immunity boosting oils on the bottoms of our feet every day before we leave the house. I will say that my kids are 9 and 6 and have never been on antibiotics for like strep or ear infections or any of that. And I'm not saying that we don't get sick because we do. We get colds and all of those sort of things. I go to the doctor, we vaccinate.
Yeah.
We do all of those things. But I really, really, really believe that these oils have helped support our immune system.
So when you say put it on, is it with a Q-tip, with your fingers? I'm just, because people...
absolutely.
You know
that's one of the questions I have is how do we actually apply it?
So you open the bottle of oil and it's got like a dropper cap and you can take it and just drop it into your hand. Okay.
Great shot.
All right. You can drop it into your hand. Now I'm putting it in my non-dominant hand. I'm taking my dominant hand.
Okay.
Okay. And the one I use, and I'm pressing it on top, and I'm going to move it in a clockwise circular direction. This is the
this way, right?
No.
Other way. It's you're watching me
it's a typical guy. Like I'm thinking of a clock. I'm thinking 12.
Yes, you did it.
So this way?
There you go. There you go. Okay. Why our DNA is shaped this way.
Really?
Okay, so
that is fascinating.
Yes. So we're opening the oil and getting it ready. Okay? So now, we want to talk about aromatically. You're going to breathe this in. If you guys want to do this.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Look at Mary and I. Yeah!
Okay.
So I'm gonna put it in my non-dominant hand.
In your left hand and use your right hand.
Thank you. Rick, that's what she means.
Can I ask which oil this is?
This is Valor. So this is
Valor.
This is Valor.
What do we do with this?
This is a blend.
Ooh, it smells nice.
So I picked it because
I want to rub it on me.
like this. I tell you what.
I want to rub it on my dick.
Look at her.
I want to rub it on. I like it. I want to put it on.
Sanders is going, woo!
So this is one way that you can get it into your system. 22 seconds from your nose to your brain. The limbic system of your brain is where all of your emotions are housed, okay?
That's pretty.
So 22 seconds it takes for it to go from your nose, your nasal passages, to the limbic system of your brain and affect the way you feel, affect the way your brain processes. It's amazing.
I love it.
What do we do with it?
So
can I just rub it in?
You can rub it in. You can like rub it on your neck.
I'm doing. Rub it on my neck.
Yes.
I would rub it on my hair. My hair's pulled back.
Your hair. It's not oily.
No, it isn't.
No.
It is not.
Not at all.
If you were to put coconut oil or olive oil or
You're
something
absolutely
in your hand,
right.
you would be like,
yes.
I'm
you
so
know,
glad.
like, give me a towel. It's not oily.
I'm so glad she said that because I thought, ugh.
So not me. Bring it on.
There's something called a comedogenic rating. Okay. That is the rate at which an oil will clog your pores. Okay, so coconut oil is a 4, which is the highest you can get. So like you hear great things about coconut oil, and it is great oil, but like I would never personally put it on my face, because it's going to cause breakouts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All essential oils are a 0. Something like a hemp seed oil is a 0. Something like almond oil is a 2. So there's all different ratings. This is a 0. If you can put it on, it's not oily feeling, and it's not going to cause any kind of skin problems. Okay. So now this is called a roller.
Can I ask real quick? Just going back to that one. So you just gave me a drop.
Yes.
So would I do a drop a day? Or I'm just saying.
But if you're me, you doing
do
like
more.
20 drops. No, 1 at a time though. I mean, that's all you need. That is super potent, super powerful. That's all you need.
Wow, and that one's specifically for.
That one is specifically for. Let's call it like emotional balance.
Okay.
And mood.
It smells fabulous.
I love it.
It does.
Okay.
Well, it's not real sweet. That's the other thing. I can't stand real
perfumey.
This is a beautiful smell.
Yes. So one of the benefits of applying it to your hand, and they call that cupping. Okay. And breathing it that way, as opposed to just breathing it from the bottle, which you can. I mean, I will open these and kind of just get a quick, whiff. There's a top note and a middle note and a base note in a bottle of oil. So when you breathe the top, you're just getting the top note. Yeah. Okay. So when you pour it into your hand and you kind of open it up and you breathe it in, you're getting the complete therapeutic benefit of the oil. So that's one way to get it into your system.
I love this.
So that's topical and aromatically at the same time. So this is a roller bottle. So what this is a glass 10 milliliter bottle. Mm-hmm. And I have this is my seasonal support blend. You know when the seasons change and you get the stuff. All this stuff.
Like the allergy?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is my blend for that. It's lemon, peppermint, lavender. Wow. Does not get any simpler than that. It smells delicious. So this is mixed with a carrier oil, and a carrier oil helps your oils last longer. Okay. It helps them soak into your skin faster. Okay, so it's a great thing. So I put it in this bottle, and this is how we're applying things to the bottoms of our feet. It makes it real quick. So like this is a drop, and then you got to rub it in and everything, and like, yes.
Hold on 1 second here. Let's take a call because let's see.
You have a headset.
Put those headsets on right here.
Fancy.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Headsets. Okay. If you guys have questions on this, please, you guys know we're all about bonding with our Younger Life Live audience, Rick Federici, Mary Anthony. Let's go to the live lines. You're on. Brought to you by the LaPorte Hospital. Go ahead, ask your question.
Hi, are these Young Living essential oils?
Those are the oils that I do use and that we're applying right now.
Yes. So why do you ask that question? I'm just curious.
I've been using these for 2.5 years, and they're amazing. I have not been sick in the 2.5 years. The couple times that I felt like a cold was coming on, I rubbed RC, thieves, and eucalyptus radiata on the bottoms of my feet, and within like 2 days, all symptoms were gone. The cold never came on. And all my life, I've had asthma and colds really bad in the wintertime, really sick. Haven't had it in the 2.5 years.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's a perfect testament.
And I think everybody's story is very similar. Wow. I really do.
I use the peppermint and the lemon oil and grapefruit and the weight loss oil every morning, and between the four of them, better than coffee. I feel energized, and I can definitely feel it when I don't use my capsules, my pills in the morning.
That's the thing too. I think that when you don't use it, like you get in the habit, and something goes wrong, like you go out of town or you just have a busy day and you don't use it, you hit 2:00 or something, and you're like, man,
Caller, is that how it is? Is that how it is for you too?
Yes, and it's better than coffee. You don't get the jitters, and you don't get that low and high. It's just a steady burst of energy, but like she said in the afternoon, I could feel it.
You are
I love
awesome.
that. I'm gonna have to. I'm taking notes.
And the sleek tea. I do the sleek tea every day, and it doesn't taste like tea. So people that don't like tea, they can still drink that. And I believe in that sleek tea.
It's very mild.
Okay. Wait. Now you've got me curious. So is that one of those oils, or is that a separate product?
It's
a tea bag, but it's from Young Living. It's supposed to promote weight loss, but with Reese cups and eating out, it doesn't work. But I do. And I think it helps in not gaining that extra weight from the Reese cups and all that. But daily, I do my tea bags.
And you can add the oils into it too. And that's the great thing. Young Living does have an entire line of products that are oil infused. So it makes it very easy.
This is interesting. I didn't realize the product line was called Young Living. I mean, honestly,
I know.
This is like
Isn't that
YoungerLife. That is crazy.
With an ING.
I didn't know that.
Look at her. Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize that. So that's wow. That's
well, caller, I so appreciate that.
Thank you.
And you know, it's
Thank
cute
you.
to see Brandy and then the caller bonding, and Brandy's nodding her head, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys like could almost work together. This is incredible.
Everybody has the same stories.
I use the shower gel every day, the Dragon Shine. Love it. I mean, there's the white, the Thieves. I have Thieves hand soap all throughout my house, the dish soap.
You're my girl.
Laundry.
You're my girl. Yep.
And a little tip that we just learned. If you happen to use, and I don't know if you know this, permanent marker on a dry erase board, the Thieves spray will take the permanent marker off.
It cleans.
And I've used it on clothing, too, when I've had ink from a pen get on my clothing. The Thieves spray takes it out.
Yeah, it's an amazing
I've
cleaner.
had kids scribble on
I got an idea
before.
here.
Yeah.
Outside of this show, Younger Life Live, this is radio TV. I think you two ladies, and we could be the sidekicks. You guys could do a radio show here. I'll donate the time. This will be awesome.
Done.
Ever contact us.
All right. Thank you so much for the call. What an awesome call. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rick. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
That is incredible.
That was awesome.
Okay, so you were and I have to, if you don't mind, you're shaking your head. Yes, I was just like, whoa. She said like 5 or 6, 7 things at once.
So many things, I know.
She's using.
So she's ingesting the oils, okay? So that's the third way. We were talking aromatically, we were talking topically, and the third way to get the oils into your system is internally. So you absolutely have to choose a pure oil to be able to do this.
Wow.
It's because, you don't want to, what you put on your body, what you put in your body, it's all very important.
Yeah.
And so, but you can ingest these oils safely. I drink the oils in my water all day long. So lemon, peppermint, grapefruit, tangerine, all of them. Delicious. They're also cleansing at the same time. They're supporting the whole flushing of the toxins all day. Yes, all of that all day long. And they're super potent. 1 drop, and it's very flavorful. I cook with them. You can put them.
Really?
And what I think the caller was referring to is she's making capsules. So she's taking a veggie capsule, and you open them and you put the oils in them, and then you swallow them. So she was talking about like the energy that she gets from, and I mean, like, it all made perfect sense. It's absolutely right. The lemon, the peppermint, the grapefruit.
You really could feel that?
Oh, I mean, it's amazing because, you're breathing it in, you're smelling it, and then you're drinking it. And it's really, I'm a very type A perfectionist, got a lot of stuff to do kind of person. Then you feel me? Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel this from you guys too. So I was like a 5 cup a day coffee kind of gal. Like, it was coursing through my veins. That's how I powered things. And now I have 1 cup a day, usually just kind of like as a treat. I love the way it tastes.
Sure.
I don't think that it's unhealthy for you.
Yeah.
I love it with peppermint oil in it. It's delicious. But I don't need it to live.
You just enjoy it.
Yes, I just enjoy it. So there's all kinds of ways and benefits for ingesting. You can actually take the oils that I was talking about in here, the lemon, lavender, and peppermint that are good for seasonal changes and seasonal support. Take a drop of each and put it in a spoonful of honey and ingest it real quickly.
Yeah.
And then you're getting those same oils in your body too. So you want them, that's where you want them. You want the oils in your body. And so that's how I and my family were incorporating them in every day. On us, in us, breathing them in. And if I can show you guys just real quickly.
Yeah, we would love it. Just do whatever.
Another way to get them in your system aromatically is to diffuse. So you put the oils and the water in a diffuser. This is just an example. And it opens.
This is really cool.
It opens up. There's all kinds, but you put water in here, you put oils in here, and then it diffuses a cold mist. So it's breaking the oil up into tiny molecules that are dispersed into the air. So not only are you like cleaning the air, in your home or your office or wherever. I even have a small one that's in my car. Like, I'm diffusing all the time. I
live in my car, so I definitely need
Yeah, no
Well, you know what I'm
kidding.
saying with
Right.
children,
Yes.
and I
Oh,
commute
that's the
from
thing.
Schaumburg
Yes.
to here, from here to
Wow.
St. Joe every day.
Wow, St. Charles? Or you said
I used to live in the St. Charles area, but Schaumburg.
Okay.
So
okay.
right there. So
Okay.
Schaumburg to here is 97 miles ish.
Yes.
From here to St. Joe, Michigan
Yeah.
is another 38. And then I do business way up into South Haven and beyond, and then into
Okay.
Chicago.
You
So
need a
I'm
diffuser in your
I'm
car.
doing 1,500 miles a week minimum.
Holy cow.
My little truck has, I'm at 399, 232 miles this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, I go through about five big tanks of gas a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
A week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you have.
Woo!
I have nothing on you, but just with the commuting with my
Yeah.
kids,
Yep.
we're about 25 minutes from school, and then after school activities and stuff. So I'm diffusing in the car. I'm diffusing thieves, immunity kind of stuff. Pep us up in the morning, relaxing in the afternoon. So
Wow, you actually have the relaxing stuff too for stressed out people?
Oh yes. I mean, and I think a lot of people come to lifestyle changes because of that, because
think
of
you're right.
stress, because of I can't sleep,
Or they don't.
I
That's
can't
it.
wake up,
It's a buildup
or
of
I'm
stress,
stressed.
and they just live in that and have live in that fog and have a difficult
For sure.
time. I think that's true. I think that's any change though. You end up things build up, and something has to give.
Yes.
So
Yes. For
is
sure.
that what happened with you? That's what I'm dying to know. Is how
Like, how did I
what
get
brought
started?
you?
Yes.
What introduced you to oils?
Right.
And
It
were
kind
you
of-
skeptical initially?
For
or,
sure,
you
it
know?
was a byproduct of just some things we were dealing with my youngest son. When he was born, about around 6 weeks old, he was diagnosed with MSPI, which is milk soy protein intolerance.
Oh, okay.
So basically, he could not have milk or soy in his diet. I was breastfeeding at the time. We wound up seeing a lot of different specialists. They had a lot of different recommendations. Most of them were some sort of prescription or formula or something. And it was all, I feel like it was, again, like what I was talking about earlier, putting a Band-Aid on
Right.
the issue. And when I realized that the issue was actually, what was going in his body, I was like, let's fix that. And then we won't have to treat the symptoms that he's having. And he was miserable. He was in pain.
Yeah.
And I knew that as a mother. And so having to read labels and make my own food and that kind of thing. I always thought that I was healthy. And when I really started to read labels and I realized that milk and soy aren't just milk and soy, when you start to read labels, they're
Right.
called different things.
Yes.
And so I was like, wow, I thought I was doing a good job, but maybe not as good as I could be doing. And so that was kind of a light bulb for me. And that was when I was like, I'm going to be an advocate for me and for my family. I'm going to take this back into our hands. And not to say that we don't need doctors or any of it. We do need that. But I'm going to make those decisions and I'm going to lead us. And so that is kind of what then led me to oils, because then my oldest started preschool. And I was worried about, maybe it's kind of stereotypical that worrying mother, but I was her. I was
Yeah.
let's literally wrap you in bubble tape and put a mask on you, and maybe I'll let you go to school.
I know.
Right.
I think,
Oh, no,
Right?
seriously.
we're all there at,
Yeah.
at first. You panic because
Yes.
they are exposed to so many different things that they're not used to, and their bodies it is an overload of
Yes.
in a sense.
And it was my first, so
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do. I was like, well, obviously you're going to go out in the world and we just need to be prepared for whatever may come. And so I wanted to build healthy immune
Yeah.
systems. And so Thieves oil is the first oil that I ever started with. Thieves is a blend: clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus. And basically the name Thieves, it kind of has historical significance. Back in the Middle Ages, when the bubonic plague hit,
Yeah.
obviously, hundreds of thousands of people dying so quickly that they were just lying in the streets because they couldn't gather and bury the bodies,
Yes.
quickly enough.
Right.
And so there were these thieves who were they were robbing the dead bodies, but they weren't getting sick. They were continuing to be able to do this,
Yeah.
to break the law. And the king said to these thieves, what gives?
Yeah.
Why aren't you getting sick? So in exchange for leniency in their sentencing, the thieves kind of told their secret, which was basically this concoction, these herbs, this clove and eucalyptus and all of these natural things. They were apothecaries.
Unbelievable.
Who in a time,
I read that.
you know,
crazy.
they were apothecaries who turned rogue.
Right.
When this all happened. So that is the blend that we use daily to support our immune systems. I love to drink it like in the fall and the winter to support kind of respiratory health. I mix it with apple cider vinegar, warm water, honey, 2 drops of thieves and 2 drops of lemon, and it tastes like the best apple cider you've ever had. And we all know that like apple cider vinegar is actually really good for you.
It is.
And I know some people are super hardcore and will like shoot it.
Ugh.
I'm just not. I'm just not that. I need a little bit of honey, give me
Yeah.
some oil, and make it into a drink. But it's
Yeah.
delicious. It's delicious for any kind of throat issues that you're trying to support. So that's, I mean, that was the oil that kind of got me
How did you
started.
hear about it?
A friend.
I mean, a friend said, try this.
Yes.
So then you read about it and tried it.
Yes.
And were you skeptical when they first told you?
I think that it was one of those things where the thieves oil, she was like, use this daily, support your immune system. And it was like, okay, but there's no immediate, you're not like, oh yes, my immune system is being supported.
Right, you can't
Yes.
feel that. You don't.
can't like necessarily see that. There's no way
Good
to
point.
quantify that other than, whoa, we haven't gotten sick. Like, whoa, you're now in 4th grade. And we started this when you were in preschool, and you've never had strep, and you've never had ear infections, and okay, so like,
It
yes,
makes
this
sense.
It's doing something.
Yes, it's doing something. So, but I think that one of my personal aha moments was when the season started to change.
Yeah.
And my kids and I were dealing with all of the seasonal change
Right.
issues, and they were going to school, and like I did not want to give them allergy meds. I knew how I felt on allergy meds, which is kind of like foggy.
Right.
And not able to like completely process and kind of sleepy. And like, I didn't really want to send them off to school feeling that way. And I'm like,
That's a great point.
So I was like, okay, you know, we've been doing this thieves oil. Let's, you know, I'm going to do some research. Let's see what we can find that we can try. And worst case scenario is it doesn't work.
Right.
That's the worst that could happen is it doesn't work and we try something else.
It's the only side effect you're looking at, which is amazing.
Yes. Great point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so my kids have got the lemon, lavender, peppermint on them today. Like we rubbed it on before they left the house this morning because they've had the, you know, that they both wear glasses and they've got the itchy eyes and they've got, you know, they've got those issues. And I feel safe sending them out the door. I know that I've helped support the issues they're dealing with. I know they're safe. I know they're, I mean, groggy and, you know.
I want to throw this out there, Mary. I know you're going to appreciate this. Brandy, I use peace and calming at night when I can't sleep. It works every time. There's a lot of us that do 7 days a week. I'm one of them. You're a mom. You're a mom. A lot of us do things constantly 7 days a week, events, gigs, working.
Yes.
And if I get 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night on any given day, that's awesome for me. That would be the one I would say for me personally. I get sleep, but anything wakes me up. And when I get woken up, I'm done. I just get up and work. So I use peace and calming at night when I can't sleep. It works every time. Ask her to talk about that.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Okay, this is peace and calming.
But if I do right now, am I going to go to sleep?
No, just give it, and you know what, just, it's not like that.
That's
You're not going to like pass
Drop
out. We're
over.
gonna have to take
We're
over
not
your
going to have
show.
to worry that
Just
Rick's going
smell
to
the-
fall
yeah.
over.
That smells awesome. Smell
So, this is
That's
one
really
of the most popular
It smells
blends.
fabulous.
Like
I wanna rub that on me too, just 'cause I like
it
the smell.
smells good, and it's not. Some people do use it.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Some people do use it to support healthy sleep, but other people use it throughout the day to sort of support emotional issues and to deal with like daily
Recenter,
stressors that
kinda.
kind
Wow.
of come up. It's a fabulous blend. It's actually out of stock right now. So one of the things about Young Living that I feel really passionately about is that they started almost 25 years ago before anybody was doing this.
Yes, before it was the hip
before
thing.
it was the hip thing, before it was in vogue. And so they own their own farms and they own, they are in charge of 100% of the process. You can go to their farms and help them plant
That's
and
really
see
neat.
everything. So, but one of the things that they're really committed to is quality. And so if they can't get the oil at the quality level that they need to be able to fill these bottles, it goes out of stock and you can't get it. They're not going to cut it. they're not going to fill it with something else with a lesser batch of quality if it doesn't pass the test, and or they don't have it, you can't get it. So that being said, this stuff is like liquid gold. When this comes back in stock, people go crazy. I have 4 bottles of this at home because we don't play.
How long does that last you? Like
now that will last me. I don't necessarily. My son, my 9-year-old, loves this oil. I find bottles of this like around the house, like he's used it or he's put it in his diffuser, and I'm like, listen, we're probably not gonna be able to get it for a couple more months, so slow it down. But there's 85 drops in that bottle. So I mean, you could apply 1 drop to yourself every day and it will last you almost 3 months. If you're going to mix it with a carrier oil and make a recipe out of it or something, it's going to last you even longer.
Are you being taught how to make these recipes to get specific goals going? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean, and you can research and you can do things. A lot of it is I did some research and then I experimented myself. So one of the things that I have done is I've started a local group for people who are using oils and like, yes, give me the oils, but what do I do? Because that's how I was. Because the friend that actually introduced me to Thieves, she lived all the way on the other side of the country. Like, she wasn't here for me to necessarily like get together with her and let's like, make some things. And so I didn't have that in-person support. And so that was something that I wanted that I didn't have. So it's something that like I want to offer to other people. So it was like 18 months ago, almost, a friend of mine said, let's get together, let's make some things. And so, I don't know, 20 of us got together and we made bath salts and we made sugar scrubs and we made hand purifiers.
Holy cow.
You guys have got to try my homemade hand purifier.
Someone just chimed in while you're looking for that, if you are going to.
Yes.
And this is Younger Life Live. Rick Federighi, Mary Anthony. Are you impressed so far?
I am.
This is great.
I knew that I would be
awesome,
enthralled by the discussion.
Someone said, tell Mary, you two are always talking about eating right. Ask Brandy about the granola. You would love it.
Oh my God. Who are all these people? I love them all. The granola is amazing.
Wow.
It's so good. And the kids put it in their yogurt.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, let's just only use a little bit. Because,
you don't want it to be gone.
Because I bought 3 bags and I'm like, everybody share with your mother.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
So it's actually just what's different about.
So it has wolfberries in it, which is
crazy.
and it's really low in sugar. It's got cacao nibs in it. It's just delicious. I mean, it's when you start looking at granolas and you read the back. I mean, you'll find 25 grams of sugar.
Yeah,
really?
It's very true.
Like you might as well just eat some cocoa.
Why not?
Even good.
That's
for
it.
you.
Right.
Yeah. What's the difference between that or the sugary?
Yes.
Yeah.
So eating healthy is absolutely a part of all of this. It's not that like essential oils are like, some miracle.
How did that go, Jen? How did they?
I mean, yes, they are. I actually do feel that way about them. But if you're going to eat a burger for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, there's only so much you can do with supplements or oils or whatever.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's a whole picture type of thing. It's, it's getting some sleep.
Yeah.
It's putting good food in your body. It's drinking water. It's all of those things we know we should be doing. Like, this is just part of all of it. It helps support all of those things.
Yeah.
So
are you going to throw out a number at some point?
But yeah, I definitely would like to know. So people could reach you if they wanted
my
to.
number, yes.
If they're
Throw it out.
interested to reach you or your website or something.
Okay. My number is 219-448-0478. And my email is, can I do that too? Of course. Okay, essentials. So it's the word the and the word essentials getting oily, GETTIN, no G, oily, @gmail.com. So one of the things that I've done is I've started this group. So I said we all got together. You guys try this hand purifier.
So what do you do with this?
It's like hand sanitizer.
So okay.
You're just gonna however you would normally put like hand sanitizer. Squeeze some in there. Squeeze it. There you go.
So this is the hand sanitizer?
Good. So this is the hand sanitizer. So one of the things that's in the hand sanitizer that is not good for us is triclosan. Like, it can disrupt our hormones. And you know what? If you go everywhere you go, there's hand sanitizer by the door for you to use.
Absolutely. The kids at school too. You think about that.
It dries you out. It's killing all the bugs. So like, we're resistant now because it's killing all the germs.
Yeah.
That stuff though, tell you what, tell me that doesn't smell amazing.
It does. Look, I'm rubbing it back on me again.
Yes.
I like it.
So this is aloe vera gel vitamin E
smells
oil,
pretty.
water, thieves, and purification.
Sanders is raising his hand. Could he come in and get some?
"Give me
Get in here.
Get in here.
Just at least put some on. Just put a drop on his hand if you don't mind.
There are a few basic questions that I
Dude,
have.
you gotta
Squeeze it up.
hold on.
Squeeze it up.
There he goes. Sanders on camera. But smell this. Put it. It's
Breathe it
unbelievable.
in, rub it on.
Right?
I got both mics on too.
Smells so good.
You know, I don't know if you guys smell this. Is there cinnamon here?
That's in the thieves. That's
Oh
one of
my
the oils
gosh.
in the thieves blend.
That smells
so good, right?
pure, like a pure cinnamon.
Yes.
I love
Smells so
cinnamon.
good. I do
Yeah.
too.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
But
curious.
it's not like
I wanna
it's
eat
not
it.
that artificial.
I want to
kind
eat
of,
it.
Is a physician's guidance recommended with any oils, or should we be concerned about interactions with medications, or is it completely safe in that?
I mean, I
aspect?
just have to
Good
say,
question.
like, I am not a doctor. I
Right.
am
We
not
say
a
that every
nurse.
day. We always
I
say
am
that.
not.
She's our
you know,
friend.
I am
Yes.
not medically trained. All of my knowledge comes from reading books
Yes.
and experience. So I think that they say anytime you start something new, you should talk to
You should.
a doctor. We're not really taking any kind of prescription. So like, I don't know if anything interacts with
Yes.
anything else, but I would say that definitely a body is going to react differently to essential oils if it has medicine inside
Certainly.
of it, or,
Certainly.
than if it doesn't. But that's it. Everybody reacts differently to prescription
Yes.
medication. So everybody
Yes.
is going to react differently. So you definitely want to be educated in your use.
I didn't realize all those were. That's everything you're talking about.
Yes.
Is an oil.
Yes.
So you're now, and not to be a dork, and this is a guy talking.
No.
Not you young ladies. Mary's like, okay, wake up, Rick.
No.
So you're taking those oils.
Yes.
And you are, and each one of those is roughly 3 months worth of oils, about 85 drops.
Yes.
You could take different drops, mix them together, and
Yes.
create
Yes.
what you are
That's
creating.
Yes.
that's why she created this group, so they can talk about it and
Wow.
create these things together.
Yes, so that's like how I'm making the deodorant and the hand purifier and all those things. So
That's
we
awesome.
got together, and that was like 20 girls or
Do you-
something one day. So now we have over 100 members.
And do you do that once a month, or
We get together. I try. It really kind of depends on my work
Oh,
schedule
okay.
too. But I try to do a daytime thing and an evening thing because everybody's schedules are different. So I just try to like offer support to them. We get together, hands on, ask me questions, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So September 8th. We're doing something called a sip and scan at Nest number 4 in Michigan City. Nest number 4 is like a home decor shop, and is owned by my friend Kim. And so she's hosting for us, and we're doing something called a sip and scan. I have something called an Itovi. And
A sip and scan. Let's look at
it
this.
is it wine?
Yeah.
We
Is
will
it
have
wine?
Is it wine? Is that
there
what
will-
we're
yes,
sipping?
there will be. I'm kind of actually thinking champagne, like something fancy.
Oh, okay.
I like.
But I have something called an Itovi scanner, and this works with the same technology that
Yes.
like a Fitbit does. He's like, I want the champagne. Is that what he wants?
Champagne
course.
or wine? What?
Anybody here on Gerard Media,
That's it.
part of Younger Life Live, we love you.
It's a
Brought to you
requirement.
by the LaPorte Hospital, it is. And we are all about being healthy.
That's our
longer,
balance.
Longer, thank you. And we're very honest.
Balance.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. So it works with the same technology that like a Fitbit does.
Okay.
And
Very
it measures the frequencies in your body, and every oil has frequencies. And so it gives you back a custom report that says these are the unresolved biomarkers in your body, and these are the oils.
That's fascinating.
These are the oils that would support your body.
Specifically your body.
Specifically.
Wow.
So this is one of the things that like I do for, the members of this group. Is like, let's scan you, let's see what's going on with you. So we're doing that sip and scan, and that's open to everyone. So, and some other things that I've got planned for September, we're doing a winter wellness class, and then we're doing a seasonal support class, and we're doing a gifting and sharing class. And that's just going to be like, we're already thinking about the holidays. One
Yeah.
of the things that people
That's-
love
this
to
would be a
do
great gift.
with their essential oils is make things for people.
Yeah.
Okay? It's
Yeah.
a very thoughtful gift.
Well-
I thought of you. This is good for you.
Well, the bath
This is-
salts idea, that's a
All of
fabulous
that.
gift.
All of that.
You can get real creative with
Yes,
that kind of
and
thing.
it's incredibly cost efficient. That's the whole thing too. Like, I'm a bargain gal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like the whole perimeter of the grocery store, I don't shop because like I make all of my own stuff. So I'm saving a ton of money. I just have to tell you how happy that makes me. Like, I love to save money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm safe. I'm getting rid of chemicals. and I'm saving money.
When you say, explain that to the Younger Life Live viewer and WIMS listener, when you say you're not shopping the perimeter, explain that. So
I'm not buying laundry detergent. I'm not buying face wash. I'm not buying lotion. I'm not buying dish soap. Like,
you're making it all.
I'm making it. Wow. And like, that sounds like, wow, I could never do that, but you could do that. It's mixing. Yeah. It's having the knowledge, or knowing someone who has the knowledge and asking them for their recipe that they've tried. Good point,
Brandy.
Okay. Yeah. Ask me for my recipes. Because I've had flops. I've had failures. And that's the thing too, is like, I would love to share with people the things that I know work, because I've wasted oils. Yeah. I've made the mistakes. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, here's some recipes and they work, and try them yourself.
Awesome.
And here's the ingredients. And so I have this huge shelf in my basement, and it's got like all kinds of stuff. And I can just go down there and refill things and make things and not have to go to the store and buy them. So I'm reusing bottles and containers.
Very green.
It's very green. It all works together. I feel like it's a very symbiotic relationship, how it all works together. So.
It's really, really cool. I had a question about topically, I'm trying to do like basic questions that, I was trying to think of things that for our listeners, we try to be the voice of our audience too. What if someone has very sensitive skin?
Okay.
Good point.
How are oils going to affect that? Or someone that has super naturally oily, or I would imagine if you have dry skin, the oils, would be better. You know what I mean? But if someone has super oily skin, would you recommend maybe not topically, or would it be not affect that? Same thing with the sensitive skin. One of my little guys is super sensitive skin, one of my little fellas, and everything irritates his skin.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. There are a couple of oils that are hot. They call them hot oils. And basically what that means is that you might feel a warming sensation on your skin if you were to apply them neat. And that means straight from the bottle, no carrier oil. Okay. So something like peppermint, clove, oregano. If you put them on your skin, you might, and it depends on who you are, it might feel warm to you. Okay. And so they always recommend that you do a test spot, or that you blend it with a little carrier oil first. There's not going to be necessarily a specific issue with sensitive skin where, I think people have sensitive skin. You might have to use things that are fragrance free. Like, you think about laundry detergent being fragrance free or dye free, that kind of thing. You're not going to have those issues. In fact, making things with your essential oils can help treat and support the healing of
that makes perfect
skin issues. Eczema is one that's really, really common. Shea butter is a fantastic thing. It's a 0 on the comedogenic rating, so it's not going to clog pores, but it's very moisturizing. And so a lot of people who have dry skin issues like eczema, or just even real dry skin, some shea butter with lavender and frankincense, which are very basic oils, amazing for skin. Wow. Same thing with oily skin. I think a lot of people think, I'm so oily, I don't want to put more oil on my skin. But it really does not affect the skin that way. So I actually use oil as my moisturizer. So I make all of my own face stuff. I make my own face wash, face toner, and face serum. And the serum is what is my moisturizer.
Wow, I go shopping. We've got about 30 seconds real quick. I go shopping with my wife every week, and I just like, I gasp because there's 4 adults, and the amount of money, you have a huge family too, the amount of money you spend, I can imagine what you would save. You're awesome. We definitely want to have you back.
Again,
I want to come back.
Yes, again, you want to shoot out your website or your email.
Yes, theessentials.gettingoily, GETTIN, no G, oily, @gmail.com, and my number is 219-448-0478.
Thank you so much, Brandy.
Awesome.
It's so fascinating. I feel like,
you're great.
Wait, there's so much still we can talk about.
Let's do a part 2 and 3.
It's so fascinating. Thank you so much for being here and sharing
great
this
energy.
knowledge. It smells amazing in here.
On behalf of us all at Younger Life Live, thank you to LaPorte Hospital for your great sponsorship. I'm Rick Federici.
And I'm Mary Anthony. Thanks.
Thank you.